sir. Good evening again. We'll begin our meeting with the invocation. And we're having tonight to lead us Mr. Janton Barano, is that correct? Worship pastor at the First Baptist Church on the bypass here in Richmond. Ask him please to come.
Let us pray. Father, we are completely grateful and humbled by the knowledge and wisdom that you give men and women to lead. And Father, we ask you tonight, as these commissioners and our mayor lead us, that they would do so under your divine providence. Father, we're grateful for the mayor, and we're grateful for these commissioners and their heart and their service to us and to our community and to our city. And so, Father, even in our tasking tonight, we ask that you be in every detail. Lord, you say in your word that you tell the lilies of the field when to toil and spin, and you feed the sparrows. And if you do all of that, how much more are you concerned about the agenda we have tonight? So we ask you to be at the center of everything that we do. And Lord, you did say in your word as well that all of your commandments can be reduced to loving you and loving our neighbor. And so, Father, I ask that you would keep that in the forefront of our mind tonight as we go through the business at hand. Thank you for your son, Jesus. Thank you for the opportunity to serve and love our community. And thank you for your guidance tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're honored to have two local U.S. Armed Forces veterans with us to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. We're pleased to welcome Mr. Cecil Walker, Air Force veteran from 1966 to 1970, earning the rank of E5. Mr. Walker serves as the commander of the local American Legion Post 12. Also, we welcome Mr. Alan Mayfield, who served 26 years in active service, 36 years of total service. Part of his service was in the Air Force and part in the U.S. Army, from which he retired as first sergeant. Gentlemen, we thank you for your service to our country and for leading our pledge this evening. Please proceed.
Mayor, I think I'm going to take the spot. He might have held up the traffic, if that's all right.
Yes, thank you, Chief, so much.
Sir, if you please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. We'll call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Goble?
Yes, here.
Commissioner Newby?
Here.
Commissioner Brewer?
Here.
Commissioner Cole?
Here.
Mayor Bly.
Here, thank you. We have three proclamations. Madam Clerk, please keep them in order. See, autism, prevent child abuse, and National Public Safety Telecommunicators. I'll keep them in order. Just holler out, no. I'm going to ask the representatives, please, for Autism Awareness and Acceptance Day, please to come forward. CAMS Club representatives, I believe.
Good evening, everyone. We're very grateful to be here. Thank you again to the Commission for having us. We were here in December. We're here this time to talk about Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. We do have a brief video that we'd like to share with you, so I'll that's okay, we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll share a few other words before we get to the proclamation. Autism affects 1 in 36 children and can manifest in a range of challenges, including behavioral, communication, social interaction, situational awareness, sensory sensitivities, and more. With over 85,000 individuals diagnosed in Kentucky, this underserved community is no longer alone.
My name is Cameron. Welcome to Cam's Club.
CAMS Club is a nonprofit on a mission to elevate and empower families with autism. Having gone through our own journey with CAMS diagnosis, Keelan and I believe our purpose is to assist families going through the complex journey of autism. Working with different families, we recognize 3 critical opportunities. Number 1, accelerate the diagnosis. In Kentucky, the average age of diagnosis is 5 years old. We need to accelerate the diagnosis process. Number 2, intervention services and support. Once diagnosed, families need coaching and counseling, insurance, waiver programs, understanding their rights, and more. Early intervention is critical to future success. And number 3, community support. Autism can be isolating. There's a need to connect with others. So we have built a strong community of families and provide fun-filled, sensory-friendly environments where everyone is understood.
As part of our intervention and community support initiatives, we provide horse therapy events. We are major advocates of horse therapy. We love introducing families to the breathtaking bond of autism and horses.
My family is forever grateful for Kent and Keelan Hensley and all the volunteers of CAMS Club Inc., nonprofit for autism. As a parent of 2 children diagnosed with autism, everyday life and activities can be difficult due to sensory challenges. But CAMS Club has been a game changer. Their sensory-friendly events have given our children the opportunity to experience life's simple joys. Beyond the events, CAMS Club has become a lifeline for our family. They offer invaluable resources, support, and guidance to help us navigate the complex world of autism. Their dedication to ensuring that every family with autism receives the care and support they need, regardless of financial means, is truly inspiring. We are not alone in our journey thanks to CAMS Club. They have created a community that understands, accepts, and celebrates our children for who they are.
Witnessing the smiles, the progress, the breakthroughs, that's the true measure of CAMS Club's success. It's about building confidence, fostering friendships, and creating a brighter future for the kids. If you're seeking a supportive community, enriching programs, or simply a place where your child can belong, visit camsclub.org or follow along on social media to attend one of our events. Join CAMS Club now. For the broader community, you can always help by donating, volunteering, or simply spreading the word.
Be you.
Be you.
Be you.
Be you! So thank you for letting us share that video. It's you get to learn a little bit about CAMS Club, but we're really here for the broader community. We want to recognize one of the families that we support. This is the Rodas family. You saw Alicia on the video and her son Braxton. They've become dear friends of ours, and you know, it's just an example of families who are reaching out, looking for those types of initiatives that we just shared in that video. We would like to recognize the rest of the community who's not here with us today. Let them know we see them, we love them, and ultimately for them to be you. That's our motto. As well as educators, professionals, physicians, first responders, we recognize that you experience this in the community. We also see you. Thank you for everything you do. On behalf of my family, we deeply appreciate the opportunity to be here, and we're very grateful for the city of Richmond.
This is a proclamation for Autism Awareness and Acceptance Day for the City of Richmond. Whereas Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD, is a lifelong developmental condition that affects the way individuals communicate, interact, and experience the world around them, with an estimated 1 in 36 children in the United States diagnosed with ASD. And whereas individuals with autism have unique strengths, talents, and perspectives that enrich our communities, and it is essential to promote an environment of inclusion, acceptance, and support for individuals on the autism spectrum. And whereas it is vital that we continue to raise awareness about autism and advocate for better services, early diagnosis, and access to support for individuals with ASD, their families, and caregivers. And whereas understanding and acceptance are fundamental to ensuring that individuals with autism are treated with dignity and respect and can live fulfilling lives free from stigma, discrimination, and isolation. And whereas local organizations like CAMS Club, advocates and support groups play a critical role in educating the public, supporting families, and improving the quality of life for those affected by autism. And whereas the global effort to promote Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month fosters a deeper understanding of autism spectrum disorder and encourages communities everywhere to embrace diversity and inclusion. Now, therefore, I, Robert Blythe, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month in the city of Richmond, Kentucky, and call upon the citizens of our community to recognize the importance of autism awareness, to show support for individuals with ASD, and work together to ensure that individuals with autism have the opportunity to reach their full potential. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Richmond, Kentucky to be affixed this 8th day of April, 2025. I'm going to ask those who are present representing Child Abuse Prevention Month to come, please. I think there's Casa and others. Delighted to certainly always have Victoria present. Proclamation. National Child Abuse Prevention Month will be recognized throughout the United States as well as in the Commonwealth of Kentucky during the month of April. Whereas children are vital to our state's future success, prosperity, and quality of life, as well as being our most vulnerable assets. And whereas all children deserve to have safe, stable, nurturing homes and communities to foster their healthy growth and development. And whereas child abuse and neglect are a community's responsibility, affecting both the current and future quality of life of a community. And whereas communities that provide parents with the support and resources to ensure all children grow to their full potential. And whereas effective child abuse prevention strategies succeed because of partnerships created among all citizens. Now, therefore, we, Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor, Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe, and Berea Mayor Bruce Fraley do hereby jointly proclaim April 2025 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Madison County, Kentucky, and call upon all citizens to increase their participation in our efforts to support families, thereby preventing child abuse and strengthening the communities in which we live. Victoria, you'd like to say something about child abuse?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate all the support. I'm Victoria Bench. I'm the Executive Director of CASA of the Wilderness Trail, and we serve abused and neglected children in Madison, Clark, Estill, Lee, and Owsley counties. And just to give you an idea of what's happening in our community, in 2024, there was 313 Madison County kids that were abused and neglected. And so I just encourage everybody to help these kids, right? They are our future generation, and we got to invest in them. So just get involved some way. Thank you so much. Can we go in the middle?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
For once, it's not my fault. Way to go, Victoria. There we go. What's going on? Jim wants me tighter. Are we right?
This proclamation regarding National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. That was a mouthful. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. And whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. Whereas the safety of our police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the Madison County 911 Emergency Communications Center. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are for the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services, and whereas public safety telecommunicators are the single vital link for our police officers, firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety telecommunicators of Madison County 911 have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And now, therefore, we, Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor, Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe, and Berea Mayor Bruce Fraley, do hereby jointly proclaim the week of April 13 through 19, 2025, as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in Berea, Richmond, and Madison County, Kentucky, and encourage all citizens to honor the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our communities safe. I want those persons who come tonight to represent telecommunicators of our county.
Thank you all. Most of you know I'm Wendy Lynch. I'm the director of Madison County 911. We are a consolidated center. We serve the city of Richmond, city of Berea, and Madison County as a whole incorporated. This comes around every year, just a little time to give those people behind the headsets, we call them the heroes behind the headsets, a little recognition for a job well done and what they do and some of the traumas that they hear on a daily basis. We offer a lot of support. It's April 13th through the 19th. If you follow our Facebook page on Madison County 911 and a lot of our partnering agencies have shared, we do what's called an adopt a dispatcher during this week, and you can adopt a dispatcher. We'll send you a little information about that particular dispatcher, some of their likes and some of their things like the snacks they like to snack on, some of the things they like to do, and some of their hobbies, and you can send a little care pack. We have a lot of people that do that. Businesses do that. They'll adopt one. And some of the local hospitals and things like that, just to give a little appreciation. If you can't adopt, you can always just thank a dispatcher or send a card or something along that line. So thank you all for letting us serve the community.
Let's step over here.
Yeah. And I have some partners. Mr. Mondrich, you're on our executive board. Would you be in our picture, please?
Get them on up, Jim. I was gonna say, some of y'all need to.
Very good. Are we good, Kelly?
Yes. Just smile. Keep your eyes open. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. She said great.
Ask Happy to have tonight also Brian Kirby and Mary Jo Hatchett from Habitat for Humanity. They're going to give us an update, and there are some really good things that are happening, I can say, firsthand, and appreciate their presence. Some things that I certainly agreed the community needs to know, and I felt this would be a forum where you could actually express some of those things, and we could all celebrate together.
Absolutely.
Mary Jo Hatchett, please.
Thank you, and thanks for having us. My name is Mary Jo Hatchett. I'm the Executive Director at Habitat for Madison and Clark counties, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about how we do things. And so Habitat is an international organization. We're in over 70 countries, and Habitat's vision is to just believes that everybody should be entitled to decent, affordable, and safe, decent housing. And so that is what we are trying to do, is to provide affordable housing for our community. We just recently, which Brian will get into, but we just recently broke ground here in Richmond on Locust Street, and we were very pleased to have Mayor Blythe come and bless the land. And so anyway, we are really gearing up for lots of different builds, and Habitat believes in giving a hand up, not a hand out. So the families that we actually house are required to take classes, different type of homeowner classes, education, and they are also required to do 250 sweat equity hours and helping and build their home or giving back in some sort of way into the community. And we have had just our new family that we have here in Richmond. They are so excited, and she texts me about 3 times a week asking when she could get started on her sweat equity hours. So they're really excited and to get involved in the community. And we also, with all that being said, we are really looking for volunteers. If anybody is good with a hammer or a paintbrush, we would love to have you come and help with these builds. I know, I'm trying to keep things brief because I know you got a lot going on here, but we also have a repair program, A Brush with Kindness, and this is, it's an aging in place program. We want people to be able to stay in their homes as they age, and so we like to come in and we do outside repairs, lots of wheelchair ramps, lots of decks, and you know, a lot of places that they're not safe, and this allows them to make repairs that they may not financially be able to do on their own. So we have done over 100, well, we're almost past 150 now, builds and home repairs. Also, Habitat is unique in the fact, and I think Brian's going to get into this more, I don't want to steal his thunder, but a lot, please forgive me, I just forgot what I was going to say. Too much, oh my goodness, trying to get too much information in a small amount of time. Yeah, so basically we are kind of like the mortgage company. We loan the families their money, but we are able to do that at 0% interest. So therefore it makes all of their house payments affordable. And we do vet our families. We want to make sure that they can afford and keep up their home. We don't want to set anybody up for failure. So, and we also try to be a resource for those families as they are building and even afterwards as well. Does anybody have any questions about how Habitat works? But I'm going to turn it over to Brian here.
Good evening. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it very much.
Yes, sir.
So to put this in perspective, Kentucky Housing Corporation just conducted an affordable housing needs survey throughout the entire state. Madison County, it was shown in the next, between now and 2030, we're going to be short over 2,000 homeowner units, the rate that we're building. And these are not, this is not the higher end housing we're talking about. We're talking about affordable for families that earn 80% of the housing, of the total county median income and below, to somewhere around 50%, something along those lines. I'm not promising we can build 2,000 units between now and 2030. We sure would like to try. Now, again, in perspective here, so this is how it's going to work. The last house we built outside of Berea was appraised at $185,000. All right, and the perspective there is, if a working family is trying to buy that home right now at the current market rate, 30-year term, they would have to put 20% down. That's $37,000. And the payments, the mortgage payment, plus property tax, plus insurance would be over $1,200 a month. Same house, Habitat for Humanity, $185,000, zero interest, 20-year term. Then you're looking at payments after you couple all these other things in, property tax and the insurance, $800 a month. Now that's not fixed in stone. That's always going to change with each house. We have a 2-bedroom house, we have a 3-bedroom house, a 4-bedroom house. It's all going to change, but you see how that makes such a significant effect for these families. Our down payment is $1,500, very affordable. So you're getting the super low down payment, you're getting credit counseling, we're teaching you how to be a homeowner. We're teaching you how to change that furnace filter. We're going to teach you how to change the doorknob or whatever the case may be. So these families can go in there, they've been tenants their whole lives, and they just had to pick up a phone and call someone to have something fixed. Now they're learning how to do it and truly be a homeowner. Now, the way we can continue to do this is because the city of Richmond has helped us in the past. The lot that we're building on right now was donated to us by the city. You gave us 3 lots, 2 on Locust Street, 1 on Hill Street. So this is just the beginning of all this. But the commodity we are the shortest of, other than cash, of course, is land. We need property. And you all have been very generous with this, and we hope that generosity continues because we have high hopes and we have high ambitions here. This is the way to take properties that have been vacant for years, just a vacant lot that's doing nothing, producing nothing but weeds and trouble. We can make that a productive lot. And now we've not only taken care of this type of blight in a specific neighborhood, not only eliminated the blighted situation, but we've got property on the tax rolls. That helps everybody, helps the entire city here. We can't compete trying to buy lots for-profit builders. Here's another perspective, and this one, I hope I did the numbers right because it shocked me. First of all, Fayette County did a study to how many houses under $200,000 were built in 2024. The answer, 2. Out of thousands and thousands of housing units built, 2 were affordable, under $200,000. In Madison County, the number of homes below $200,000 last year, 7. That's it. And one of them was a double wide. We don't do double wides. So just in effect, 6 homes in the entire county were affordable for working families. So we ask for your continued support with property, any financial assistance you can give us as far as site development goes, like we had these with the Locust Street lots, be very appreciated. We look forward to working with you all in the future.
All right, thank you. And the work of Habitat is very evident, certainly, in our community, so thank you for continuing that and being able to get back to building again after this little lull we've had for a while. Jennifer Lanehart, come on down.
The price is right.
I never know how to respond when you do that. I don't know whether I'm in trouble or whether I'm saying.
You're definitely not in trouble. We're happy to see you.
Good, because you all make it.
Oh.
Hey everyone, my name is Paige Kurtner. I'm the Communications Coordinator for Hope's Wings Domestic Violence Program. I'm here tonight with our Executive Director, Jennifer Lanehart, to share a little bit about our annual Jail and Bail fundraiser and why this year it matters more than it possibly ever has before. Some of you may have already seen a few familiar faces locked up on social media lately, and if you're unfamiliar, Jail and Bail is a fun way that we raise support and money for our program. Participants volunteer to be fake arrested on behalf of Hope's Wings and fundraise for bail money, all to benefit survivors of domestic violence right here in Madison County. Since opening in 2009, Hope's Wings has served more than 4,000 survivors, providing not only emergency shelter, but also transitional housing, advocacy, education, and long-term support for women and children in crisis. However, due to current federal grant funding freezes, a major portion of Hope's Wings' annual operating budget is currently in limbo. To put it bluntly, if things don't change soon, we'll be forced to make devastating cuts, including to transitional housing and educational services, which are critical to helping survivors build true, lasting independence. These portions of our program are what prevent survivors from returning to unsafe situations. They're what allows Hope's Wings to be more than just a shelter, but also a pathway to healing and long-term safety. So all of these reasons are why we're here tonight to ask everyone here to participate in the Jail and Bail, whether it be hopefully as some new arrestees and maybe some supporters as well. And I'll hand it over to Jennifer.
So I'm going to be very plain and very blunt. You know, Paige wasn't kidding when she said, you know, there's a portion of our program that's in trouble. There is. We're a three-phase program. In phase 3, which I will tell you, being part of this community and being here tonight when you see how many charities that this town has is amazing. Habitat for Humanity, my goodness, CASA, the dispatchers. I mean, I look around this room and I see nothing but community partners. You know, we all work together, and I think we all get along pretty well. And we try to scratch each other's backs when we can and all of that. But we're all in trouble, you know, with cuts, federal cuts and things like that. But I'm here to represent Hope's Wings. And so what I'm here to let you know is what Paige said is very true, and it's very scary. And I love to have fun with Jail and Bail because you all know that I come and I tell you that I'm here twice a year, right? Jail and Bail, when I arrest you, and all of you are being arrested, so get ready to pony up because I'm going to ask for a little bit more.
Wait till that hits the news.
Wait till that hits the news.
All arrested.
I know. Let's have a new scandal in town.
When they put the cuffs on me, it takes me back to my college days.
When you walk in our jail, it takes me back to your college days too. I can never believe it. You come in full costume. But the fact of the matter is phase 3 of our program is transitional housing. It's putting people in the safe, affordable housing in this community, and we spend a lot of money every month to do so. We have nearly 20 families out in this community in Richmond and Berea and in the county that we pay all of their deposit and first month's rent. And if you haven't moved recently, that's going to cost you nearly $3,000 just to get in an apartment. You can get a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,200. So when Brian was speaking, I was like, ooh, talk a little more, because it is not easy. And so phase 3 of our program is in real trouble. We have people that I don't know how will transition out of shelter. We are an active working charity in this community, and we don't ask for a lot, but I'm going to ask you for a lot tonight. We really need participation in this Jail and Bail. We appreciate everything that the city does for us, 100%. What you give to us, how you partner with us on grants, we appreciate it. But I need you guys really badly this year. We say that every year, but this year is for real. I have a grant that's frozen. Sharon, bless her heart, can speak to that because we're constantly with the Office of Violence Against Women talking to them. And then we have another potential grant through HUD that will disappear probably because, again, Section 8 can tell you that they've had their vouchers frozen, right? So I need you to raise your bail. Typically, I ask you to raise $600, and you know I wouldn't turn away $20 because we'll turn that into $40. We're good stewards, if nothing else, at Hope's Wings. But please, your $600 or more, we would love you to do that. I hijack your Facebook pages, you know that. Mindy. You know that, look, I do. I call them and I say, give me your passwords and your logins, and I'll set it up for you. And some of them are foolish enough to trust me to do that. But I do. Mindy and Jim's, I have theirs. Mindy told me one year I was posting too much. I was like.
Listen,
she
I
said,
have to
don't
call her and ask her what my password is.
Yeah, but I don't mind to do the work, but I gave you pledge sheets tonight. So sometimes, especially most recently, Facebook doesn't produce as much as it used to. Get on the phones. Don't discriminate against the contacts in your phone. Text everybody. Give them an opportunity to give. You'll be amazed at how many people will give if they're given the opportunity to do so, especially for a charity. Write down their pledges. You don't even have to collect it. I'll go after the money. I love being a debt collector. Write it down. I'll add that to my resume. I don't mind. But collect your pledges. And don't forget your charities that are out here working day in and day out, who have active clients right now, because we need your help too. So just keep us in mind whenever you've got some extra money in your budgets. I know a bunch of us that would be glad to split that and do the work that we've been doing for this community for a long time already. So we appreciate your help, and we appreciate you considering us. And, you know, be ready. We'll have lunch and breakfast. Come down to Central Bank next Friday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. You know, we love to have you a table set aside so you all can sit and talk and hang out. And everybody's invited. You can come down. Officers, come. Rodney, give them a break. Let them come. We will feed you, and we'll have breakfast and lunch and all of that. But we love community members to come in too. So that way we can answer any questions that you might have for us. We want our community to know who we are. So.
Jennifer, do we have an arresting officer selected at this point?
Rodney, do I have an officer who might be able to arrest some folks?
Sure, we can find somebody who would want to make an arrest.
Right, look, I always wait till last minute to ask Rodney if he's got somebody that's fair. But we let people turn themselves in as well. We want you to do the right thing. Don't make me send the officer after you. We'll give you an opportunity to
Don't
turn
make us
yourself
chase you, huh?
Don't make us, but we will.
Yeah.
We will,
Yeah.
but you can turn yourself in. We want to be respectful of your time. And so you can swing down whenever you want. And if you don't have an opportunity, that's okay. Don't use I'm going to be out of town as an excuse not to raise your bell, because too many people carry their phones in their pockets. And you can, like I said, make pledges.
Yeah.
I'm not accepting excuses this year.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
And again, for what you do that is a blessing in the lives of so many.
I appreciate
So
it.
many.
I've been blessed for 16 years to do this so
Yeah.
far, and so I've got a few more in me, and then younger people are going to get it.
We're going to help. I've already got one pledge.
Oh, great. If any of you want to pledge to the mayor's bail, or any of your commissioners,
Wait a minute.
start begging, go ahead. We'll auction them off.
You know what would be nice is if you would do a little something that we could share on our just text messages that would
Oh.
explain, so that when we ask for it, there's good information there. You know what I mean?
You know what, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a great little.
Perfect.
Speech, because that's the way I raise my
That's it.
bill.
Yep.
On a Saturday
And then I
afternoon,
can
if you're-
just send. Okay.
Exactly. Saturday
Right.
afternoon, if you're contacting my phone, maybe before Saturday, you will probably be getting a text message. Connie, you all will always get them, because if you're in my phone, you're just gonna get one. Sometimes I don't even know who they are, and they just get a text. But again,
indeed.
give them an opportunity, and they can give usually.
They will give.
But I thank you all for
Thank
the
you.
work that you do as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, watch this, Jim. We have in our packet the minutes from the regular meeting on March 25, our 6 p.m. meeting. If you've had a chance to review those, may we have a motion, please, to accept them as they're presented?
Yes, so moved.
Commissioner Cole?
Second.
Commissioner Newby, is there any question, any comment about those minutes?
Mayor, I'd like to make one.
Yes, sir, please.
If you don't mind. When I asked for the post-CSEP formula to be posted, and thank you, City Manager, for getting that to me so I could post that, I did not ask that there would be another type of formula out there. I asked just for this to be posted. And I want that clear in the minutes, that I just asked for the one that we have to be posted, and that I wasn't looking for another if we put that in the minutes. But I thank him for getting that forward to me, and I have passed it out.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anything else? Any other comment, question regarding the minutes? There being none, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Newby,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewer,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Goble,
Yes.
Mayor Bly.
Yes, thank you. Order 25-58, an order of the City of Richmond promoting an employee to Master Police Officer. Madam Clerk, please.
Whereas the City of Richmond has a policy of promoting police officers for the position of master, and whereas this officer that has successfully met the requirements for master police officer who has submitted their application for consideration to the assignment, whereas the city manager has recommended the promotion of this employee. Now therefore be it ordered by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners that the following employee in the Richmond Police Department is hereby promoted to Master Police Officer effective April 14th, 2025. The employee will be paid based on the fiscal year 2024-2025 approved scale. Pay grade 4. Timothy Harris, original hire date 2022, as Senior Police Officer by Order 2260. This order shall be in effect upon reading and adoption by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. That's Order 25-58. May we have a motion, please, to bring to the floor for discussion and approval?
I move.
Commissioner Newby
Second.
and Commissioner Goble. Is there any discussion? Is Officer Harris here? Okay, thank you. Just one. No further discussion. Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Brewer,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Goble,
Yes.
Commissioner Newby,
Yes.
Mayor Bly.
Yes, thank you. Next order of business, Chief, if you'll come and lead us, please. Pinning ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners.
Yes, sir.
I'll put you in the spotlight for a minute. Mayor, Commissioners, I appreciate the time to do this, and we'll try to make it as quick as possible, but we like to celebrate our employees when they get promoted, and you all know as well as I that we really appreciate this Master Police Officer program. It's the first step in leadership at our department, although it's nothing new to this officer here. Officer Harris has about 15 years prior experience in police work before Brevard County Sheriff's Office and with EKU PD. So we're lucky to have him. His wife Gina and his daughter Ellie couldn't make it tonight to do the pinning. They're under the weather, but we've asked Sergeant Parton to replace that. So you're going to have to do your best. Parton, come on up. You guys head up front there. Officer Harris also has multiple awards since he's been here. He has an Exceptional Service Award in 2023 and 2 Distinguished Service Awards in 23. He's also received a unit citation for 2 of the special units that he participates in, and that's Police Officer Training Unit and our Unmanned Aircraft Systems Unit, which is our drone unit. So he's very active in the department, and we're glad to have him on our leadership team. Sir, if you do him the honors of pinning on his new rank. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Master Police Officer Timothy Harris.
Chief, can I get a quick picture?
Absolutely.
Ordinance 25-09, an ordinance of the City of Richmond, Kentucky, amending the city's zoning ordinance with respect to certain uses in zoning districts. This is a second reading. We will vote tonight. Mr. Attorney, please.
Yes, Mayor, in summary, whereas the City of Richmond has heretofore adopted a comprehensive zoning ordinance which details, among other things, the types of businesses permissible in various business zoning districts, and whereas the Richmond Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing on the third week of March 2025 for purposes of considering the amendments to the zoning ordinance hereinafter set forth, and did, following such public hearing, recommend the amendments set forth below be enacted and made part of the city's zoning ordinance, and whereas the Board of Commissioners for the City of Richmond finds it to be in the public interest to amend the provisions of the zoning ordinance in the following particulars so as to ensure the integrity of the business zoning districts, and the Board does accordingly adopt and enact the amendments recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission. And listed below are all those changes and attached chart showing all changes. This ordinance shall be effective immediately upon its adoption following second reading by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners and publication in accordance with the requirements of applicable Kentucky law.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney. That's the reading of ordinance 25-09. May we have a motion, please, to bring to the floor for discussion and approval at this time?
So moved.
Commissioner Cole?
Second.
Commissioner Goble? Is there any discussion? Any discussion? There being none, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Cole?
Yes.
Commissioner Goble?
Yes.
Commissioner Newby?
Yes.
Commissioner Brewer?
Yes.
Mayor Blind.
Yes, thank you. Ordinance 25-10, an ordinance enacting and adopting supplements to the Code of Ordinances for the City of Richmond, Kentucky. This is a first reading. Mr. Attorney, please.
Whereas American Legal Publishing Corporation of Cincinnati, Ohio has completed the 2025 S-29 supplements to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Richmond, which supplement contains all ordinances of a general nature enacted since the prior supplement to the Code of Ordinances of this municipality. And whereas American Legal Publishing Corporation has recommended the revision or addition of certain sections of the Code of Ordinances which are based on or make reference to sections of the Kentucky Revised Statutes. Whereas it is the intent of the Commission to accept these updated sections in accordance with the changes of the law of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, now, therefore, be it ordained by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners that, Section 1, that the 2025 S-29 supplements of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Richmond, Kentucky, as submitted by American Legal Publishing Corporation of Cincinnati, Ohio, be and the same is hereby adopted by reference as if set forth in its entirety. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect and be in force from and after its date of passage, approval, and publication as required by law.
Thank you, sir. That's ordinance 25-10. This is, this is first reading. May we have a motion, please, bring to the floor for discussion.
I move.
Commissioner Newby,
Second.
Commissioner Goble. Is there any discussion? Anything? I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, Mayor, I would just say American Legal Publishing Corporation, at least once a year, updates all of our ordinance and codifies them in accordance with new law. So it's a formality.
Thank you, sir. All right, we will vote in our next meeting on ordinance 25-10. Ordinance 25-11, ordinance of the City of Richmond amending the annual budget for the City of Richmond for the fiscal year 2025, estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operations of city government. This is, again, a first reading. Mr. City Manager and our Finance Director, Ms. Sharon Kane. Good evening, Sharon.
An ordinance of the City of Richmond amending the annual budget for the City of Richmond for the fiscal year 2025, estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operations of city government. Whereas a budget proposal has been prepared and delivered to the City Commission, and whereas the City Commission has reviewed the budget proposal and necessary modifications have been completed as recommended. Now therefore be it ordained by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners that the annual budget for the fiscal year beginning July the 1st, 2024, and ending June the 30th, 2025, is hereby presented as follows. The resources available and our estimated fund balance carried forward for the general fund is $24 million. Our locally generated revenue is $40,391,700. State and federal funds, $671,000. Total resources for appropriation, $65,062,700. Our estimated appropriations was $52,553,768, with a total estimated balance as of June the 30th, 2025, of $12,508,932. In our federal funds, the balance carried forward is $65,000. State and federal funds, $15,000. Estimated expenditures, $40,000, with an ending balance of $40,000. In the municipal aid program, our balance for it is $182,200. Our state and federal funds is $816,641. Our resources for appropriation is $998,841. Our estimated expenditures is $992,200, with a balance as of June the 30th, 2025, of $6,641. In our capital projects fund, our balance for it is $7,100,000. Our locally generated revenue is $2,115,269. Our state and federal funds is $450,000. Total resources for appropriation is $9,665,269. Our appropriations is $6,536,338, with our estimated ending balance of $3,128,931. In our Goggins Park Bond 1, our estimated balance is $11,013,288. Our locally generated revenue is $58,000. Our total resources for appropriation is $11,071,288. And our total appropriations is $11,070,505, with an estimated ending balance of $783. In our Goggins Park Bond 2, our estimated, our balance for it is zero, because we got this balance as of November of '24. So, but our locally generated revenue is $75,000. Our total resources for appropriation is $7,582,000. Our state and federal funds, this is our bond proceeds, $7,582,233. And our total resources for appropriation is $7,657,233. Our expected expenditures is $7,576,170, with our ending balance of $81,063. In our Goggins Lane Park 3, our balance for it is zero. We're just be receiving the funds here in the next couple of weeks, but our locally generated revenue is approximately $743,000. Our total resources for appropriation is $45,329,652, and that's the bond proceeds. In our total revenues for appropriation is $46,072,652, and we expect to have to expend $46,071,660, with an ending balance of $991. In our self-funded balance, self-funded insurance, $146,000. Our locally generated revenue is $2,931,598, with our total resources for appropriation of $3,533,932. appropriations is $2,931,598, and with a ending balance of $600. And our debt service fund, we just started this year, and our balance, our transfers in is $2,335,102. Our total appropriations is $2,335,102 with a zero balance. And in our men's rehab center, we have.
Yeah, you gonna make it.
That's a lot of numbers right there.
Thank you. And men's rehab, that's our total resources for appropriation is $149,000, and our total appropriations $149,000 with an expected ending balance of zero. The amended 2025 fiscal year budget is hereby approved as submitted. The amounts budgeted above are hereby appropriated to the accounts indicated for the 2025 fiscal year budget. The city clerk is hereby directed to publish a copy of the fiscal year 2025 budget ordinance in accordance with KRS 424.240. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect upon second reading and adoption and publication by the city of Richmond.
Thank you,
You
Sharon.
okay?
You're gonna have to start yelling, right?
I was like,
It gives a whole new meaning to, you have heard the reading of this. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. That's,
Thank you.
I'll be glad to answer.
no questions. No, you're fine.
This is our first reading. May we have a motion, please? Bring this to the floor for discussion.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Cole, Commissioner Newby. Any comments, Mr. City Manager?
Yeah, I'd
Anything
like
further
to
you
point
need to?
out some of the bigger ticket items that were added and some that were removed as well. Under administration, we did remove a vehicle, a Chevrolet Traverse for $40,000. The $500,000 for economic development was credited back in. We didn't know what to expect for a bond interest payment for our second bonding because it wasn't completed yet, so that was $539,496. That was probably the biggest item. Let's see here. There were some additional costs in the fire department for new hire packages, about $40,000. A big one in Public Works was overtime, $107,249. We had a Jacobson mower that was in golf maintenance that we had budgeted for last year, and we didn't take receivership of it until July, so we had to adjust that in this current budget. We had a tree project at golf maintenance that was an emergency. That was about $30,000. Just kind of hitting some of the high notes here. Playground at Betty Miller, we got a matching grant for that, and Bechtel helped with that, but we did pay out $69,000 for that. And then we have a bathroom renovation at the soccer fields at Lake Reba that there's $100,000 there that we won't be using. So those are kind of the highlights of it all.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion? This is a first reading. We will vote then in our next meeting. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, thank you. We have ceremonial order 25-57, an order of the City of Richmond accepting resignation by an employee in the police department. Madam Clerk, please.
Whereas Shane Harvey in the Richmond Police Department has submitted a resignation notice to the city. Now therefore be it ordered that the Richmond City Board of Commissioners accepts the resignation of Shane Harvey from the Police Department effective March 28, 2025. The Board of Commissioners would like to thank Mr. Harvey for his service since 2022. This order shall be effective immediately upon its adoption by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading of Order 25-57, ceremonial order. May we have a motion, please, bring to the floor for discussion and approval?
So moved.
Commissioner Goebel,
Second.
Commissioner Newby. Is there any discussion? I think not. There being none, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Brewer,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Goebel,
Yes.
Commissioner Newby,
Yes.
Mayor Blythe.
Yes, thank you. Order 25-59, an order of the City of Richmond accepting a bid for the irrigation project at Gibson Bay Golf Course. Mr. Attorney, please.
Whereas the useful life of the city's existing irrigation system at Gibson Bay Golf Course is expended. The system in 2021 was repaired with an emergency pump. However, the Board of Commissioners doesn't believe it to be more prudent expenditure of the city's revenues to purchase a new system. And whereas Jeremy Smither, the city's employee in charge of Greens Maintenance Department, has advertised twice an accepted bid for an entire replacement system, the city worked closely with C-Tech Solutions Incorporated, a consulting and design irrigation firm, to handle the design and bid review process on behalf of the city. After review, the Board of Commissioners does wish to authorize the purchase with replacement and full installation of such a system. Now, therefore, be it ordered that the city shall purchase from Commercial Irrigations, Inc. of Illinois for the price of $2,293,514.80. The purchase shall be made from the city's General Obligations Bond Series approved by Ordinance 23-47 and 24-30. The mayor is hereby authorized to execute on behalf of the city such documents as shall be required to complete the said transaction. This order shall be in full force and effect upon reading and adoption by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, sir. That's Order 25-59. May we have a motion, please, bring to the floor for discussion and approval?
I move.
Motion, Commissioner Newby, second, Commissioner Brewer. Any discussion?
Mayor, I'd like to point
sir.
out that this project was thoroughly vetted. We put it out to bid twice. There's only a handful of contractors that does this kind of work. Our golf course was built in 1993, and Jeremy spends most of his summers now running around fixing leaks and the water loss, the inefficiency of labor, and the equation of the system with the pumps. It's got to be changed out. So I will tell you that we are not going with the lowest bidder. The reason being is the timeline to get this project done. Commercial Irrigation Incorporated was the only one that could start this fall and finish it by spring of '26. Everyone else has put off till early '26 in the spring. You don't want to start a project like this in the spring because it would run into your golf season, and the rest of them, it would be early '27. So this project is part of our parks bond financing, so that has been secured. So with your approval, we'll move into a contract phase and turn them loose this fall.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion? There being none, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Goebel,
Yes.
Commissioner Newby,
Yes.
Commissioner Brewer,
Yes.
Mayor Blythe.
Yes, thank you. Order 25-60, an order of the City of Richmond adjusting employee status within the Parks Department. Mr. City Manager, please.
Whereas the Parks Department needs a Parks Athletic Manager due to the increase in management, coordination, and scheduling of adult sport leagues and act as a liaison with youth sports programs, and whereas there's an employee within the department who has the qualifications and skill requirements for the position and has requested to be reclassified in that position, and whereas the Parks Department has budgeted for this adjustment, now therefore be ordered by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners that the following employee in the Parks Department hereby has changed their employment status from Parks Maintenance Labor 1 and promoted to Parks Athletic Manager effective payroll date May 2nd, 2025, at the pay rate of $20 per hour, pay grade 3. John Kuntz. Work history started with the city as a laborer 1 in the Parks Maintenance Department in 2021. This employee shall be be on probationary status for a period of 12 months after that effective date will be entitled to the position reversion should they be unable to successfully complete the promotional probation, and shall be entitled to receive all fringe benefits as afforded to city employees. This order shall be in effect upon reading and adoption by the City of Richmond Board of Commissioners.
Thank you, sir. That's Order 25-60. May we have a motion, please, bring to the floor for discussion and approval?
So moved.
Commissioner Cole,
Second.
Commissioner Goble. Is there any discussion?
Mayor, I would just
Yes,
say
sir.
that John has a long history of experience in youth sports and adult sports scheduling. So he'll be a good fit as we move towards opening our new park. One thing I didn't mention in the budget amendment, we did, under the Parks Department, have 3 new labor positions for the new park. So we will hire 3 in this budget amendment in this current budget cycle, and we'll hire 3 more in the next budget cycle in FY '26. But John will be a great fit for this.
Wonderful. Any further discussion? There being none, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Goble?
Yes.
Commissioner Newby?
Yes.
Commissioner Brewer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole?
Yes.
Mayor Bly.
Yes, thank you. Order 25-61, an order of the City of Richmond reappointing a member to the Board of Adjustments. Madam Clerk, please.
Whereas the appointed term of Brian Kirby on the Board of Adjustments expired on March 18th, 2025, and whereas this board member would like to continue serving on the board and has made a commitment to attend all meetings. Now therefore be it ordered by the Richmond City Board of Commissioners that Brian Kirby be reappointed to the Board of Adjustments and will serve a 4-year term expiring March 18th, 2029. The city would like to thank Mr. Kirby for his continued service to the board since 2013. This order shall become effective immediately upon reading and passage by the Richmond City Commission.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. You've heard the reading of Order 25-61. May we have a motion, please, bring to the floor for discussion and approval?
So moved.
Commissioner Brewer?
Second.
Commissioner Cole. Is there any discussion? He served well, and as the order says, is willing and actually desires to serve, to continue to serve. There being no further discussion, Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Newby?
Yes.
Commissioner Brewer?
Yes.
Commissioner Cole?
Yes.
Commissioner Goble?
Yes.
Mayor Bly.
Yes, thank you. This is our public comments period. Is anyone here tonight who wishes to come before the commission? Would you come please to the podium, state your name for the record, and share with us what's on your mind.
Hi, my name is Ethan Connolly. My wife and I, we live on Magnolia Drive. I'm sure everybody experienced a lot of rain recently, and so I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to talk about a storm drain issue that we're having on Magnolia Drive. We live in between Bobolink and Meadowlark, and kind of in a low point, obviously, but there's a storm drain there on Magnolia Drive. And back in February, a little bit longer ago, we had a lot of cold weather, ground was hard. There was a day where we had a lot of rain, that storm drain overflowed. And it was draining either very slowly or not draining at all. And so it was both sides of the streets, so both storm drains overflowed. Obviously, that's not great for a lot of reasons. So that was one issue. This time recently when it rained, obviously we had a lot more rain than back then, and a similar thing happened. We had a lot of water, and so we had water that was over the curb coming into our yard on Magnolia. The other side of Magnolia is a little bit higher, so it wasn't necessarily in their yard, but also over the curb, and it took up about a third of the block, the water did. So I do want to say, on all those occasions, we contacted the non-emergency line, and Public Works was always very helpful. The first time in February, I think that there was something going on. Public Works wasn't able to come out, but a Richmond police officer did, and he helped us out a little bit, and that got resolved. This time, Public Works, we get called in, they came out, a whole bunch of them, they were very helpful. And the other thing I want to mention is on our property in the back, they came and looked at the back, there was some kind of apologize, I don't know the terminology, but there's some kind of drain in the back, the lowest point of our property, that always overflows. We live close to the church back there, so there's a lot of runoff from that parking lot, and it's got its own retention and ravine too. I don't think it's related, but anyway, low point. And I think the Public Works employee said that they weren't sure why that drain was there. That the city has an easement at the fence line to our property, but that where that drain is, it's not on that easement for some reason. So not laying blame, just a question. So storm drain issue there, if possible, it'd be great, if it could be looked at. The other thing, not just to heap on, I know people are always got a lot to say about the weather, but that storm drain in particular, there are a couple spots near it where it looks like the box of it or the pit of it, the ground is kind of deteriorating into it, so there's small holes kind of forming around it. Anyway, I just, obviously I'm biased, I live there, I think it needs some attention, especially after this, again, historic rain, hopefully not that much rain again, but still, it's overflowing.
What's your address?
106.
106.
Magnolia.
Is it near your house on your side of the street or the opposite side?
It's on our side of this, well, there's both sides, storm drain on both sides.
Okay.
But it does more on your side of the street than it does the other, because it's actually elevated on the other side.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah.
So it typically starts on our side and then the other side, because
Right.
I assume because of the elevation eventually carries over. And the public works officers, when they came out there, they said they were gonna try to camera it, because there's only so much they could do, and I totally understand. Raining like that, they're not gonna be able to do anything. But and eventually it does drain eventually, but the rain has to slow and all that. And I checked the storm drain at Bobolink. You go down halfway Bobolink, there's another storm drain, because we were desperate, and that one was running fine. It wasn't clogged, it didn't look like it was, but anyway, it's just important to us and just wanted to bring it up.
We'll check it out for you. We'll put the road department on it. They've got a long list, but we'll get to it, I promise you.
All right, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. I actually noticed myself in this last rain that we had, which obviously was a terrible, storm anyway, but it was the worst I've ever seen it. Like, I was coming down Magnolia and wasn't really paying that much attention, and it was completely over the whole road.
Yeah.
Several inches of water. So I think there's something with that storm drain that's not working.
I wish I knew so I could be more helpful, but something seems wrong with it.
It's definitely a problem. I saw the same thing, yeah.
I'm still moving, but I have a picture of it if you guys are interested. I think maybe. This is whenever it wasn't at its worst.
Oh, wow.
But at its worst, it came about 7 feet into our yard.
Yeah, I know exactly where you're at now. Okay.
And it was just a little bit stressful.
I think it's got it clogged up. We'll fix it for you.
And that drain in the back too, again, we're not sure about that. It's not necessarily the issue, but it does flood too. So again, I'm not really sure with it. We've got it kind of barricaded off, but,
We've got mapping of all this, some of it's too old, it's not on our maps, but we'll take a look at that, and then we'll get out and try to camera it, and then we'll see if we need to make it bigger, if we need to unclog it, or what we need to do.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it. And then
Thank
one
you.
thing I promise
Yeah.
I'll be gone. Hopes Wings, my wife and I, we recently donated them, not just money, but they take furniture too. So I just want to shout them out. They're great to work with. They got other people in the community involved to help us move it. So yeah, Hopes Wings was great. Glad to hear them talk. So definitely we encourage people. It isn't just money, but just give them furniture and stuff too. They'll bring home.
What was your name again?
Ethan Connolly.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ethan.
guys.
You bet.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else here tonight? All right. Mr. City Manager, please.
I've got several items here. The first one is Sharon and I will kick off department budget meetings tomorrow. So over the next 2 weeks, we'll be doing budget meetings for FY26. Once we get through round one, we'll tabulate the figures and go through a second round. So that's in process. Our personnel policy update, we should review the final draft in late April, and then we'll bring that to you all to review and get that voted in as policy. Our new website will go live April 22nd. It's always fun to tinker with them and think you make them better, but we'll see how people react to it. I think it's better. And we had our comprehensive 5-year plan kickoff meeting today. So we'll be reaching out to stakeholders to participate in the steering committee. I've already reached out to EKU, the Chamber of Commerce, reached out to the county and Berea back in January. Lori at Tourism will be part of it, somebody from downtown. There'll probably be 12 to 15 stakeholders that serve on that committee. So they'll attend 4 to 6 meetings, and then there'll be 2 public meetings that everybody can participate. So we'll make sure we get that advertised well and everybody's aware of it, because the more participation, the better. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. President McFadden was in another meeting today that I attended, and he happened to mention that the university and the city would be sharing information.
I texted him this afternoon. Is Amy here?
She was.
She left.
I don't think she knows it yet, but I think he volunteered her, so.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Goebel?
I just have one little thing. Today was Leadership Madison County, and it was great. The class so enjoyed having the Ag Commissioner, Jonathan Shell, in town. And it was just, great to see him. He's now so much busier and got a lot more to do. But anyway, it was a great class. I know a lot of you know Billy Glenn Turpin. He came and talked about the whole cattle thing and what a science that they have that down to. Anyway, it's always fun to, learn about all the farms and stuff in your community. So.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Newby?
I don't have anything.
All right, Commissioner Cole?
Just 2 really quick things. Tasty Tuesdays have kicked off at Irvin McDowell Park, so food trucks and music and lots of fun. So just remind people to check out Tasty Tuesday when you can. And just a reminder, I know we've talked about it in our meeting, but the City of Richmond is hiring for a human resource director, and that is posted on our website. So if there are interested candidates, you can go to the City of Richmond website, and the HR director position is there. And it closes very soon, just in a few days?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, so you better get on there before midnight, or if folks are interested. But anyway, that's on the website.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Brewer?
Just a couple of things, Mayor. 108 Morris Mill Road, in that area, we talked about, city manager, about having the possibility of resident parking signs there in that area. I think you've been
You
down
know
there.
where that is?
No, not up.
Where Dr. Miller lives.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Where the street was cut
Where it's
off.
right off there,
And
yeah.
they
and has
can't, the
yeah.
residents can't get in.
Yeah, we've got a house over there that has college kids full of it, and so
Yeah.
I'm very aware of it, but we can certainly do residential parking over there and enforce it.
And then in the area of 904 Arbuckle Drive, they have a street light out, and I'm not sure it's the city's or if it's KU's, but they would like to have that replaced at 904 Arbuckle Drive.
Okay.
If we can get that taken
We've got
care
a
of.
contact for that.
Okay, that's all I got, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Just a comment, dittoing a comment that was made earlier. I think it was Jennifer Lanehart who made it. One of the things we've seen tonight is the spirit of service on the part of so many, as we talked about autism awareness and preventing child abuse, the CASA folks, the National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, and Habitat for Humanity, and Hope's Wings. I agree that we have a wonderful committee that cares about people. One of the things that we certainly are finding, too, as was noted, there are lots, and Jennifer put it well, there are lots of charities, but there are ways that we can support some of them even without money. We can support by volunteering to assist and that kind of thing. And I just want to encourage us certainly to find an opportunity to do just that. Tasty Tuesdays. All hearts and minds clear?
Clear.
If so, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Commissioner Cole?
Second.
Commissioner Goebel. Madam Clerk, please.
Commissioner Brewer,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole,
Yes.
Commissioner Goble.
Yes.
Commissioner Newby.
Yes.
Mayor Blige.
Yes, thank you. And thanks to all of you.